Morning students. Today we will do some more questions of the exercise 6.2. You remember the concept increasing function, decreasing function and strictly increasing, strictly decreasing. Two kind of question I taught and they will come. First, show that any function is increasing or decreasing in the proper given interval, or second, find the interval in which function is strictly or decreasing, strictly increasing or strictly decreasing or something like that. So with the same sequence I want to tell you some question here. Look at question number 6 and question number E, I'm telling you, and question is given x plus 1 whole cube, x minus 3 whole cube. Question is find the interval in which following function are strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. Question says find the interval in which function is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing. Okay, we want to find the interval here. So method will be same as you remember. I'll start with solution. This is f of x is equal to x plus 1 whole cube, x minus 3 whole cube, and for strictly increasing or strictly decreasing we want to find an interval, and in that kind of question we used to take first f dash x and take equal to 0. We will find the critical points and then I'll make a number line and I'll check. Okay, first let me do differentiation. So f dash x is equal to d by dx of x plus 1 whole cube, x minus 3 whole cube, and I will do here the multiplication law. First function is x plus 1 whole cube, differentiation of second plus second function as it is, differentiation of first. Now what will happen next? X plus 1 whole cube, d by dx of power form. It's a chain law. First power and then x minus 3. So power will come front, 2 will be there, and again differentiation of x minus 3 is 1, plus x minus 3 whole cube. Here it is, power will come front, x plus 1 whole square, and again differentiation of x plus 1 is again 1. So after that term I'll take out common, which is possible. So 3 is a possible common, x plus 1 cube and x plus 1 square. So least power will come out, x plus 1 square will come out, and x minus 3 square and x minus 3 cube. So definitely x minus 3 square will come out. So what remaining here? It is x plus 1 remaining here, and it is x minus 3 remaining here. So overall if you will see that we have a term this, and here it is a 2x minus 2. So 2 will have a common, outside it will come. So ultimately we have got x minus 1, and this gonna be f dash x. Now I'll take as usual for critical point, f dash x is equal to 0. So 6 into x plus 1 square, x minus 3 square, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So I have a 3 critical point. 6 is a constant value, will transfer denominator of 0. So first option is x plus 1 square is equal to 0, which will give us x equal to minus 1. Second option will give you x equal to 3, and third option will give you answer x equal to 1. So we have reached the the concept that minus infinite and plus infinite, because in the question it is not given the range proper, so we have to go with the minus infinite to plus infinite. Between I will write in ascending order, first minus 1, then 1, and then 3. Now we will have with the 3 critical point a 4 section, first section, second section, third section, and fourth section. So I will check now. Now I'll take one point between minus infinite to minus 1 here, and it is minus 2. So put here minus 2 in this f dash x. So if you will put minus 2, you should remember student, it is square. So it is always positive. It is square. It is always positive. So minus 2 minus 1, it's gonna be minus 3, meaning negative answer. So between this we have f dash x is negative, and minus 1 to 1 we have a 0. Put here 0. It is 0 square, it is a positive, and 0 minus 1 is again negative. So very first time students, you are looking that after getting negative in the first section, the current section also f dash x is negative. I think it is very first question, because till now those questions we had done in which you saw that it is, if it is a negative, if always get a positive, but this time it is both getting negative, so no matter at all. Now check from 1 to 3 we have a 2, so I'll take 2 here. This always positive, this always positive, but 2 minus 1 is a positive, meaning f dash x gonna be positive here. And 3 to infinite, take any number 4. 4 minus 1 is a positive, because this is square and square are always positive, so this is a positive. So we have got the conclusion that between these two and these two, function is actually very important. What is it? Strictly it is. So strictly never allowed to take the critical point in the range. Like when I will write, some student can think that minus infinite to minus 1 and minus 1 to 1, in all this we have a f dash x less than 0. So one might have taken minus infinite to 1 f dash x less than 0. It is wrong. Actually we cannot take minus 1 in our interval, because minus 1 is a critical point, and critical point will never be taken in the proper interval, because it is called strictly word. So strictly will never allow the, keep remember always, because critical point are those point where f dash x is equal to 0, and strictly says never equal to 0. Like strictly increasing, like that, not equal to 0. Strictly decreasing, like that, not equal to 0. So if it is 0, it is not strictly, it is only increasing. So that's very important concept here. So I'll write, since in intervals minus infinite to minus 1 union minus 1 to 1, look at, very important. So minus 1 was the critical point, 1 is a critical point, so everywhere it is an open interval, and my infinity is as usual always open. So in these two interval, f dash x gonna be less than 0. So in this interval, function is strictly decreasing function, and 1 to 3, 3 to infinity, 1 to 3, 3 to infinity, f dash x gonna be greater than 0. So in this interval, function is strictly increasing. So this is a concept, so very important, which I wanted to share with you. This may be a good question for you in exam. So let me wrap this and let me move on the next, some good questions. So I'm taking question number 7th of the exercise. Question 7 says, show that y is equal to log of 1 plus x minus 2x upon 2 plus x. Y is equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x upon 2 plus x, where x is greater than minus 1, is an increasing function throughout the domain. So let me start the question, but let me tell you the pattern of the question. As I taught you, we just have a two kind of question. First, find the interval, which I did same question in last board. Second concept, it is same, show that. So you have to show this function is increasing. So what is the meaning of increasing? F dash x must greater than or equal to 0. Increasing in its domain. So where is domain? This is a domain. Domain meaning values of x. It is domain. From minus 1 to infinity, x greater than minus 1, x greater than minus 1, meaning minus 1 to infinity. This interval is this one actually. This and this are same. So we just have to show this, that in this interval, instead of that, what can be? X belongs to minus 1 to x belongs to minus 1 to infinity. So in this interval, this is called domain because it is for x. So in this domain, function is increasing. And what is the meaning of increasing? We have to show, it is show. We don't have to find, we have to show that in this interval, we have to show f dash x greater than or equal to 0. So okay, how we can show? Look at, I tell you. First we have f of x equal to log of 1 plus x minus 2x upon 2 plus x. This is the function. So as usual, we will find first f dash x, and f dash x is d by dx of log 1 plus x d by dx of 2x upon 2 plus x. F dash x is equal to log and 1 plus x. We chain rule, first log and then 1 plus x. So log have a differentiation 1 upon 1 plus x, and 1 plus have a differentiation 1. D by dx 2x upon 2 plus have a division law. So denominator, differentiation of numerator is a 2. Numerator, differentiation of denominator is a 1 upon 2 plus x whole square. Then after 1 plus x minus multiply to 2, 2 2s are 4 plus 2x minus 2x upon 2 plus x whole square. So 2x cancel. So 1 plus x minus 4 upon 2 plus x whole square. Now I will take LCM. So f dash x is equal to this to have a LCM 1 plus x and 2 plus x whole square. This will multiply in 1, 2 plus x whole square minus 4 into 1 plus x. I am simplifying my f dash x. Look at 2 plus x whole square open by a plus b whole square. It is a square plus b square plus 2ab and multiply to 4 in the bracket. Upon side 1 plus x and 2 plus x whole square. Look at f dash x, we have got this 4x 4x cancel, 4 and 4 cancel, and remaining term is with you now. This is the interesting concept is now remaining, that we don't have to find the critical point, because critical point and on the number line and all making and checking, this is just for the pattern of the question which I did in last board, find the interval. In this question we don't have to find the interval, we are given the interval and we just have to show or check that in this interval function is increasing, meaning we have to show f dash x is either greater than or equal to 0. So you can check. Look at, I tell you, from minus 1 to infinite we have lots of values. Minus 1 to infinity we have lots of values. Minus 1 and infinity will not be taken because it is not equal to, it is an open interval. So I cannot take minus 1, I cannot take infinity, but I can take all the between values. So between minus 1 to infinity we have lots of values. First I just want to take that if I take 0. So if I put 0 here, this whole will be 0. F dash x may come equal to 0. And after minus 1 we have lots of values. Like if you taking 1, put here 1. So 1 square is positive. This is a positive, and 1 and 1 is 2 positive. So I want to speak to you that between these to this we have a lots of x. If you put here, you may get either equal to or greater than 0, but you cannot take negative values because it is square now. If you will taking x is equal to 0, whole will be 0. It may come. And if you are taking 1 or something 2, all time it is going to be positive because it is a positive, always square. It is a positive, always square. So it's a 1 plus x If you put 2 here, 2 plus 1, 3. So I want to speak that between minus 1 to infinity, all the time f dash x make positive or equal to 0. So I'll write, since in interval minus 1 to infinity, or you can say, since for all x belongs to minus 1 to infinity, f dash x either is equal to 0 or f dash x is coming greater than 0. So overall f dash x either greater than or equal to 0. So meaning that what you have to go on, we have to show that function is increasing. We have shown it. This meaning function is, so function is increasing in minus 1 to infinity, and that only we have shown here. So it is just to show, we don't have to find, you have to check only that minus 1 to infinity we have lots of values. If you put on f dash x, you will get two kind of answer, either it is equal to 0 or greater than 0. Just merge them, f dash x either greater than or equal to 0. It means function is increasing, and that completed. Okay, so do the hard work for this. It's a practice thing only. Okay, now let me take one more question. Question number I'm taking 9th one. Question is, prove that, again prove f of theta is equal to 4 sine theta upon 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing in 0 to pi by 2. Look at it is a closed interval. And question, it was written y, but I took f of theta because question is in theta. So my main variable is theta, and we are used to do the question in x. This time it is theta, so don't worry about that. So I tell you one thing, students, this is very similar kind of question which recently we did. It is saying prove that, meaning show that function is increasing in the interval, meaning we just have to show that f dash theta, increasing meaning f dash theta, increasing meaning f dash theta must greater than or equal to 0. That only to show this one for this interval. So how to check? Look at it is a given it is a given 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta minus theta. So I write f dash theta. So d by d theta 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta and d by d theta. So now do differentiation. 4 is a constant value, take out outside. Now sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta, I use a division law. Denominator d by d theta sin theta cos theta. Numerator d by d theta 2 plus cos theta is a minus sin theta, so minus minus plus upon 2 plus cos theta square, and d by d theta is 1. Now 4 multiplied 2 cos theta, cos into cos square theta, sin into sin square theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. Next step is 2 cos theta plus sin square theta plus cos square theta is a 1 upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. I multiply 4 2s are 8 cos theta, 4 1s are 4, and I am taking LCM. This will multiply in 1, 2 plus cos theta whole square upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. Now I'll again open it by all the way. A plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab whole upon, it is a 2 plus cos theta whole square. Open the bracket, it is a minus 4 minus cos square theta minus 4 cos theta whole upon 2 plus cos theta square. So what remaining? These cancel. 8 cos theta and cos theta will be 4 cos theta minus cos square theta upon 2 plus cos theta square. Now I'll take a common. It is gonna be f dash theta. It is equal to, take out a cos theta common. So 4 minus cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta square. Now we have got our f dash theta. Now we have to check. Recently I taught you that we have to show increasing, meaning f dash theta must greater than or equal to 0. F dash theta must greater than or equal to 0. So let me explain something to you. From 0 to pi by 2. So I can take 0, I can take pi by 2 in between them. So we don't have to put all the values. We actually already know that it will come. Whatever you got f dash theta, if all the procedure is correct, definitely f dash theta will be greater than or equal to 0. So how to check? Let me explain. Look at it, is 2 plus cos theta square. It is always positive. So we don't have to see the denominator part. We will see the numerator part. Among that, it's a 4 minus cos theta. Let me tell you with your knowledge that cos theta's value always lie between minus 1 to 1. So if you will think, if you will remember that cos theta's value of cos theta always lie between minus 1 to 1. So 4 minus whatever the value of cos theta may be, it is positive. So it is positive, it is positive. So what remaining? Only cos theta. And you know that 0 to pi by 2, at particular cos 0, it is 1. At particular cos pi by 2, it is 0. And between 0 to pi by 2, it is the first quadrant. 0 to pi by 2 is the first quadrant. You know that 0 to pi by 2 is the first quadrant where cos is positive. Cos is positive. Meaning that in the interval 0 to pi by 2, this f dash theta is always either equal to 0 or positive. In interval, since in interval 0 to pi by 2, f dash theta either equal to 0 or f dash theta is positive. Positive. How it is so? When f dash theta is equal to 0, when you will put pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0. And how it is the positive? Except 0 to pi by 2, except pi by 2, if you put in 0 here, cos 0 is 1, positive. And it is positive. It is always positive because it is square. It is square. And between them are lots of angle. Whatever value you will put, it is always positive. So at pi by 2, because it is a closed interval. So at pi by 2 it is 0 and all the values except pi by 2 it is a positive. So overall f dash theta is greater than or equal to 0, meaning f of theta is increasing function in interval 0 to pi by 2. So whenever the question prove that or show that will come, believe me, it is very easy. You just have to first find f dash theta and just check whatever the requirement, and it will definitely come. Whatever the requirement, it is increasing requirement, so it will come. It will come. It will not go beyond it. It will definitely come. Okay, so this is a question from my side only. Now let me tell you one or two small questions. This question is actually very important as far as exam is concerned. So let me tell you one more question. On the page we have a question 12, 13. These are questions, objective question. So I will tell you, but first let me tell you question 11th. Prove that this is question it's based on some different concept which I already explained to you. Look at, I will tell you again. Prove that f of x equal to x squared minus x plus 1 is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing in minus 1 to 1. Look at that only sentence I discussed with you, neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing, and that only the meaning. Suppose that it is a any value a, it is a b, it is a c, and if I discuss like that, so one should assure that between a to c it is strictly increasing, between c to b it is strictly decreasing, but in a to b we have we have a two subintervals like that. A to C it is strictly increasing, C to B it is strictly decreasing. In A to B it is called neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing, because it is happening both. In whole A to B it is happening both strictly increasing as well as strictly decreasing. So in mathematics it is called, it is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. Okay, so keep in mind that concept, because here we are going to use same. We have to show that function is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing in interval this one. So how to show? Look at very easy question and 2-3 step question it is. This is f of x. I'll find f dash x. I'll find f dash x. Then I'll take a critical point, f dash x is equal to 0. I'll take this one, so 2x equal to 1, x equal to 1 by 2. So I'll just go with a number line on just writing 1 and 1, because we have interval minus 1 to 1. So minus 1 and 1, and between them we have a 1 by 2. Now I will check from these two. So minus 1 to 1 by 2, between them we have a 0. So can you put 0 here in f dash x? It is negative. It is negative. So between them it is a negative, and definitely between them it is a positive. I am talking strictly so that I won't take minus 1, I won't take half, I won't take 1. Minus 1 and 1 are not critical point, but it is given the open interval. So I cannot take them. Half is a critical point, so I also won't take, because it is called strictly word. So let me explain something. Since in interval, look at very interesting it is. Since in interval minus 1 to half f dash x is negative, so in this interval minus 1 to 2 function is strictly decreasing. In this particular interval function is strictly decreasing, and in interval half to 1 f dash x gonna be positive. So in this interval actually half to 1 f of x is strictly increasing. So what I taught you the concept, in this interval function is strictly decreasing, and in this interval function is strictly increasing. So in whole minus 1 to 1 it is happening both, so it is called neither strictly increasing nor. Therefore in whole interval minus 1 to 1 function is neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. This is a concept. Hope you have got. In this interval it is strictly decreasing, in this interval it is strictly increasing. So in whole interval it is called a neither strictly increasing nor strictly decreasing. So this is a question from my side. Now we have a less few questions which may be important to you. So I'll discuss in next class. Thank you.